Hello guys, let us analyze this game. This is a Horwitz defense game, and it goes like this: d4, a6. So these are the book moves for Horwitz defense. e4, controlling the center. b6, he's trying to fianchetto his bishop on b7. Knight f3, bishop b7, bishop d3, h6, and at this point I think black is wasting so many pawn moves in the opening that his development suffers. Castles, knight f6, e5, knight d5, c4. So at this point he already moved his knight twice in the opening. Knight c3, knight a6. That is a bad position for a knight. a3, and now c5, d5, takes, e takes d5, c takes d5. And now, as you can see, white center is solid and powerful, while black is still lacking in development. So again, like I said, if you are a beginner, you should always try to develop as early as possible. So don't waste moves. If say for example, if h6 is not necessary, don't make that move unless there's an imminent threat, because this is what will happen if your opponent is ahead in development. He has the initiative and he can make an attack, and he can strengthen his center, control the center, and control the game. Bishop c8, queen c8. Now the idea of queen c8 is to defend the king, the knight on a6 and also prepare for advancing the c pawn. But this is a mistake. Why? Because of this e6. So this move will open vital squares for white to attack. Like for example, if black decides to take with the e pawn, the next move will be queen. Or if black decides, for example, to take with this pawn, so this diagonal will be opened, and the king will be vulnerable to dangerous attacks. So in this game, black takes with the d pawn, queen a4 check. There's no piece to block that check, because if queen, say for example, if queen goes here, then bishop will fork the king and the queen. So black doesn't want that. So what he did is king to d8, which is also a mistake. Actually, the better move there is to actually block the check with the queen. But instead, king d8. So the next move here is knight to d5, and this threatens to take the pawn on f7 and at the same time forking the king and the rook. And now the best move actually here for black is knight takes d5 and knight takes f7 check, knight takes the rook, knight takes c3, g5 is another mistake. Actually, black's position is already weak, and he weakens it further by pushing that pawn. Knight to g6 check, and here's why g5 is wrong. It's a mistake, because after f4 the opening of that f file is inevitable. And again, this is a mistake. Bishop g7, f takes g5 check, and that's the only move that actually black can make, and that move leads to this, the fork to the king and queen. And after that move, black resigned. Okay, so by analysis, it is really important to develop your pieces early in the game. When I say pieces, the minor pieces, the knights and the bishops. And also, it is important to note to castle early if you can, and if necessary, as necessary. Strengthen the center. That's a very important lesson. As much as possible, push the central pawns and defend those central pawns, because you can use those central pawns later in carrying out the attack. And the next lesson is to seize open files and seize open diagonals. So in this case, this is an open diagonal. Look for opponent's weakness. So in this case, white sees that the pawn on f7 is undefended. Now the f file is open. Okay, so actually strategy is a combination of applied tactics. So if you have a good knowledge of tactics that you need to apply, then you can make a strategy and you can make a plan based on those strategies. Okay. Knight a6 is really bad. This is what makes the black's position worse over the game, because he was forced to defend that knight. Because at this point he cannot put the knight there because of the imminent fork. So he was forced to defend it with the queen, but queen c6, queen c8 is wrong because of that move there. And it defended that move. Queen c8 defended the knight, but it left the king vulnerable. That's a mistake, because of this. If he should have just sacrificed the bishop and the king is much safer that way. But no, he didn't do that. Instead, he moved the king, so he wasn't able to castle, and he left his king in a really bad position. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson and tactical analysis, and I hope you learned something each time. Thank you very much, and keep on learning chess